Oh, we go this way?
Nope, I'm gonna go this way.
Oh. 3 puck lights in our entire total. Van. Sometimes I even bathe in there.
Don't tell anybody that.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam. And the end, and the end. We are Brittany and Drew, and for the past 6 years, we've been exploring the world by van. From the US to Canada, Europe to Africa, finding so much peace, inspiration, and joy in immersing ourselves in the great unknown. But now, our world has changed, and after self-isolating out in nature for over 3 months, parking next to rivers, seeking refuge in the desert, and finding sweet, sweet solitude high up in the mountains, we've fallen even more in love with the layout and design of our van. And with so many of you thinking about and just beginning your journey into van life, we felt it was important to share with you some of our most important tips and insights when it comes to dreaming up and laying out your dream van too. We invite you to subscribe and buckle up as we embark on yet another adventure together. And now, it's time to enjoy the show. We just came from Bryce Canyon National Park. After about 2 weeks over there, we have a little drive-up information board. Where are we? Are we here?
Yeah, in Escalante.
Okay.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes.
Drew and I never understand when people put their bathroom right in front of the slider door. In our European van, we had our bed right here, and we made our bed every night and every morning, but we got to look out our slider door, and that always...
It was so nice to wake up, roll over, and have this big, huge, wide open door.
And our couch is a futon. This is actually a guest bed / future child bed.
When it's combined with our refrigerator, when it's pulled out, put 2 blocks under the corners and make it into another full-size twin bed.
With a view of this. That's actually the $1 Million Highway down there. So this is the $1 Million view.
Woo-hoo.
When designing the layout of your van, just kind of remember to keep that in mind. Huge, exciting announcement. We've actually put together a beautifully detailed blueprint of Spirit, our 2008 Dodge Sprinter Van 170, in hopes that she can help guide you as you build your very own dream rolling home / the ultimate adventure mobile. Just want to say that when it comes to talking about van layouts, Drew and I have lived in 5 different vans, and there were things that we loved about each and every one of them, and things that we didn't love about each and every one of them. And after living on the road for 5 years, that was before we moved into Spirit, I remember thinking, okay, if we're gonna sustain van life any longer, I'm gonna need some serious comforts built into our van. A heater, a bed that we didn't have to make every day, awesome storage under our bed for all of our adventure gear, utilizing the slider door to the best of its abilities, as we said, and an indoor shower, as well as an outdoor shower, and hot water, because there's nothing like washing your face at the end of the day with hot water or soaking your feet in a warm Epsom salt bath after a long hike. So yeah, we've had a lot of experience, and we think we did a pretty good job transforming Spirit into our dream van. I mean, Drew mostly did all the work, and he did an incredible job with 0 experience. This was our first build. So if he can do this great of a job on his first build, so can you. All you gotta do is watch a little YouTube and believe in yourself a lot and do things one thing at a time, the next right step, every step of the way, like life. I still got pancakes to mix. The sun is setting. And I have a husband somewhere nearby to enjoy all this with. So have a great night, everyone. We will see you in the morning for more fun.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Look who's up.
I'm the sleepyhead.
You are the sleepyhead. I couldn't sleep this morning, so I'm up and rocking. It's a beautiful sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. It's a new day, and today we're going to be sharing with you our essential tips for converting the ultimate van build. Tip number 1, stay stealth. It's very important, especially if you're going to be parking up in cities or even just parking up at trailheads and leaving your van alone for hours or potentially days at a time if you're doing a multi-day trek. You want it to look like nothing interesting is going on inside of your van. And what Drew has over here is one of our very favorite tools for having what we need, but also staying stealth at the same time. And that is a moonshade. So the last thing that Drew and I wanted to do was install a permanent awning on the exterior of our van, because that kind of screams RV camper. And with a moonshade, not only does it store super easy and compact in our garage space, but it takes like a matter of minutes to put up. So we're gonna put Drew on the clock and we're gonna time him and see how long it takes him to put this up.
Put me on the spot.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Let's do this.
The time is now 10:04.
I really like these durable post holders that are on all 4 corners of the shade that make it nice and sturdy, so that way when it's blown in the wind or you've left it up overnight, you don't have to worry about anything ripping.
And we have definitely had our moonshade up in some windy situations, some crazy windy situations. I also love it for doing yoga outside in the mornings. It's wonderful.
So all you have to do is use these super strong magnets that come with the kit and adhere them right to the roof of your van or vehicle or truck, whatever you tend to be mounting the shade on.
Look at those sailor knots.
All set.
It is 10:12. What time did we start that at? I think it took 7 minutes. And you guys can get your very own moonshade too. Again, like Drew said, it works great on trucks. You can hang it in trees. But yes, it is perfect for van life as well. But with our code ADVENTURE, you can enjoy moonshade with 10% off. So go ahead and join us under the shade.
Time for breakfast.
Very nice.
While Brittany prepares some breakfast this morning, I want to talk to you guys about the bed layout. Having a bed in your van is obviously essential because you'll be spending a third of your day in it. We've seen beds that lower from the ceiling down, Murphy beds, beds that you have to build every day, boost seating, all different assortments. But to us, having a bed that you don't have to build each day is absolutely essential. You'll also want to think about storage too. That's why you see a lot of vans with an elevated bed in the back. We have to have our bicycles with us because we use them a lot and get a lot of joy out of having them. So for us, having 36 inches of clearance underneath the beams to the floor of the van is exactly what we built.
Our dream sleeping situation that we were just talking about that we currently have would not have been made possible had we not chosen a 23 foot
Sprinter van. That gives us 14 feet of workable living space in the back, or 170 inches. And what's so great about that is if we had the shorter 140 version, our bed would be bumped way forward and we wouldn't really have a living room and kitchen. We'd have to choose between the two.
Every single morning, as you guys have seen in the past episodes, I will use this space to do my yoga while Drew can rest up as he likes to stay up late. He'll stay up late on our couch. I'll go to sleep early in our bed. So we kind of get our own space, which is rare in van life. Make sure that you consider all of your kitchen needs when designing your kitchen. So from ample food storage, which as you saw, we had our fresh produce basket down there. We also have our pantry here. And when it comes to appliances, all that Drew and I really knew that we needed was a stove top. So we have our three
burners.
Yep. And we love that our stove has
nice flat area that we can also work on or dry dishes on.
And of course, the oven for pizza.
Pizza night!
Pizza.
And for baking things like banana bread. Look at that.
It looks so gooey and moist.
Something else about our kitchen, filtered water, a large sink for doing dishes. Something else is the lighting in the kitchen. You don't need that many lights in here. We have 3 puck lights in our entire
total,
van.
1 in the bedroom, 1 here in the hallway, and 1 up here. We also have 1 little one here that's direct above the cooking area. Helps for making those perfect dishes.
Essential. That light is awesome.
Can we take a second and see how awesome this resin work turned out? Love this little spot right in the knot in the wood. So we got all the colors laid out on our boards, and next step is to get the casting resin poured in. Gonna fill all these cracks. That way it's level with the wood. The little extender here, it's an elbow that allows us to drop this 13-inch piece down. It conceals our shower knobs, our water intake for filling up our entire van with 40 gallons of water, and again, that resin.
Ooh. Ah.
And that is especially handy for me because I am a standing desk kind of person, and so the kitchen is also my office. So I guess also consider the purpose of your van.
And I also want to make mention of the hallway space. 2 people can pass each other when they're walking by.
It's like the van life shuffle. That's what we call this dance. Oh.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I'm gonna go this way.
Oh, oh,
oh,
oh.
oh.
Almost forgot to mention our fridge. For layout purposes, we absolutely 100% love our top-loading fridge. Not only is it amazing that it can slide right under our kitchen counter, but also it doubles over as a seat. Oftentimes we will both sit on our little bench and we'll look out at the view, or I'll sit on the futon and he'll sit here.
Nice for a little date night and romantic vibe where we can look at each other across and gaze into each other's eyes over the candlelight.
Pretend that we're at a restaurant. We also have a swivel chair here, which provides extra seating for guests.
It's very important also to remember the order in which you would build a van is very different than we're discussing. Usually you start with insulation or ventilation or electrical because you need to wire in everything and all your components and accessories. So just keep that in mind as we go through all these.
Which reminds me, we should show you the locations of our various plugs. One AC outlet here in the kitchen, which is great for our computers. A double USB for charging phones. And in our charging cubby, we have another plug which comes in handy for our computers. Another USB hole. And up here, a cigarette lighter hole that we can plug in another additional USB converter. And in the garage, you'll see we have a USB plug here for our lights. And up here, another plug that Drew likes to use for when he's working outside.
Feel like I should be kiteboarding.
Batten the hatches!
And secure the anchor.
The wind is picking up outside, and so Drew's pulling out the third little, what's that called? Secure line. Yeah, that thing.
I determined that the winds are coming this way due out of the south with a heading of, I don't know, 20 degrees. And the wind is going this way.
And what you're about to see next is what every great van needs.
A control center. This is our WeBoost that helps bring the satellite signal of Wi-Fi a bit stronger into our van. This is our control panel for our 2000 watt inverter that's under the bed. It shows the voltage, shows when we have the AC unit drawing from it, as well as the DC load that might be on it, and gives us a consistent understanding of the health of our battery bank. This timer here, a lot of you have asked questions about. When I turn it like this, it puts a draw that's shown right here on our control panel and shows that about 3/4 of the power of our inverter is getting pulled at about 1500 watts powering the 2.5 gallon water heater back there. By having it hooked up this way, we're guaranteed that we're never overdrawing our batteries in the sense that the unit would stay on indefinitely. And this is a nice way that it won't get overdrawn. This is the control to our max fan. It's a nice little remote that helps us control the unit overhead here. It gives us a nice airflow, pulling all the heat out of the van, maybe from our window flaps being open, from the slider door if other things are closed, or our favorite when we're laying in bed at night, when that's sucking air, pulling it from the hatch over top the bed, bringing a nice draw through this area and up and out here.
We do sort of wish that next to our bed we had little sliding ventilation windows, but we purchased our van with all of its windows already installed, and so we decided it was just going to be too intense of a project to remove the already existing windows, source the new windows, figure out all of that. So instead we decided to actually block off quite a few of the windows because one, being stealth is of the utmost importance to us, and two, insulation. Having a lot of windows means that you're either gaining a lot of heat when it's hot out or a lot of cold when you're in really cold situations. And as you guys know, we were just in snow and we're going where it's going to be 90 degrees basically tomorrow. So for us, being able to just have the few windows that we need and love, like our porthole, we're happy with what we have. Next order of business, the toilet.
You got some business to take care of?
Well,
should we get out of here?
No, I'm not gonna do anything scary.
So what do you have to tell us?
That if you're new to van life and you think that you don't need a toilet in your van, that is a very risky decision to make, because you never know when you're gonna be in a parking lot
or in an urban setting.
Or in an urban setting, or sleeping next to neighbors that you don't know and you need to pee real bad and you're not going to go outside and pee in the parking lot.
Or tinkle on their tree in the front yard.
Yeah, it's a way to be like a good guest, a good
leave no trace.
Yeah, a good leave no tracer.
The only thing that I would have to say is if you plan on using your van exclusively for going to campgrounds, out into the wilderness solely, then maybe don't consider a toilet.
We built ours out to be a compost toilet. We have a 2.5 gallon jug.
Yes, for urine. Love the sparkly toilet, babe.
Oh, yeah. Well, people always want to know how you go to the bathroom in the van, and I'm like, well, if we're going to show it to people, we might as well make it pretty. But we've never used the compost bucket in the back. For numero dos, we actually just go outside. We use our shovel, find the dirt, which is everywhere.
I know you're a lot happier than having something like a milk jug or Gatorade bottle.
Or a yogurt cup. I've heard of all sorts of
We've
things.
heard all sorts of things.
I still feel like a lady living in a van.
And guys, trust me, you'll be very happy keeping your lady a lady.
That's right. Yeah. After 6 years of this, for sure.
That's why we're still going at it strong.
Well, and the other thing is our toilet doubles over as extra seating.
Exactly. Oh!
He's joking.
No, it's that bad.
No, it's not. Tell them you're joking.
It is.
He's
all right.
joking.
It is.
It smells like boo-boos and...
strawberries and boo-boo. Yeah, she smells like that.
But that's why we want to talk about showers next.
Yeah, we've been able to sustain over the months of the pandemic on the road specifically because we have a shower in our van.
We have not showered anywhere else except for our van for over 3 months now.
You were saying the other day how nice it'd be to have a nice, hot, long 20-30 minute shower.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Because as wonderful as it is having an indoor van shower where we have hot water, a little quick connect shower hose goes in right under here. And I love how easily this turns on and off. We are limited to 2 gallons of hot water, but
2.5.
okay,
Plus, I think we throw a little cold in there, and it really becomes like 3 to 3.5 gallons.
Right. So, well, we have our indoor van shower. We also have our outdoor van shower.
Out back by the garage.
Which we use when the weather's warm enough and we're in a rural enough place.
Yep.
Then there's other options for you too. Like in Europe, we didn't have a fancy shower. We literally had...
We had 5-liter jugs of cold water we were constantly dumping over each other's heads, or we were doing the famous kind of French sponge bath.
Yeah, that was for the first year and a half.
Yeah.
And then the second year, we upgraded and we had this black bag that got
You'd
warm.
Hang outside,
Yeah.
let it sit in the sun all day while we're out on an adventure, come back, and we'd have a solar shower.
Oh dear. We just arrived back to our van from the beach in hopes of a nice hot shower. And we can see that our shower has fallen.
Really warm.
Oh. Oh, it's a bit wet in there. Oh dear.
I don't know what happened there.
So you could go the bag shower route if you're a weekend warrior.
Yeah, we've also seen pressurized kind of jugs that you pump up the sprayer.
Those are brilliant.
And can clean off with, or some that are tubs that a lot of surfers use that have battery packs that give you a nice pressure wash. Or a lot of VW campers and so forth will have this black tube on the external top. It'll fill it up with several gallons of water. Take a bike pump to it, not a bump pump, a bike pump. Pump it up, and gravity fed along with that pressure gives you a nice clean shower.
So there you have it. There's multiple options for staying clean in van life.
Yeah.
You do not need to rely on gym memberships or only friends, you know, and
if you are staying in urban places, then gym memberships are great, but it's really nice to be self-reliant and not have to worry about whether they close or not.
you're gonna want a backup situation, especially after what we've all been going through for the past few months.
So staying clean on the road is a must, and we're very happy with the solutions that we came up with, especially with our shower in a drawer.
Strawberries.
Let's get this going for you.
All right, the battery died on us, so we're redoing this.
Wah, wah, wah. But we're having a good time while doing it.
Yes. Whether you're living in a van full time or you're just getting away for a weekend or a vacation, there are certain things that you are going to need to bring along or tuck away, like your laundry, which after a couple weeks of not going to a laundromat, you're gonna have a little hefty hamper that you're gonna wanna tuck away, like we do underneath our futon that we have dubbed the cellar, because that's also where we store all of our additional food. And if you have special dietary needs, like you're gluten-free or you're vegan, having additional storage for food items is absolutely essential. You can also think about maybe building out the area above your cab into an attic. Then there's also the idea of having a secure locking space for your computer, your work gear, or just an easy access area for your hiking backpacks. And those things that we don't need to access all the time that are especially large, those get tucked in the adventure garage underneath the bed.
Well, a lot of those gadgets and gear just tend to be really large. The garage is where kind of like the tools, the gadgets, the things that go in the dirt, they all reside. The rest is like this little feng shui, beautiful little cabin that we have on wheels. That gets to the point of weight management, because we have a 46-gallon water tank on board. And since we have a dually, a 3500 model Sprinter, that is allowed to carry that much more weight and has that capacity, we stack the water tank over the dually wheel well. So we have water on one side, the passenger side, and on the opposite side we have our inverter, our battery bank, and we run cabinets the entire length of the van on one side, the driver's side.
All of our clothing is stored only on the driver's side of the van. And if you've never lived in a van before, we highly recommend maybe renting one to get a feel for what your needs are.
There's a lot of rental companies out there, and that might just be the perfect way to wet your feet and jump into van life. So between storage management and weight management, there's a lot to think about in your layout, and we think that's why designing a guide and having the perfect van layout is something we wanted to offer to you guys. So we have a link below that will allow you to check out our van dimensions, our build, something that we've put up for sale.
So hopefully our spirit, the spirit of spirit, will
Our
help
Sprinter van.
guide you into building your ultimate dream van too. So yes, we have a link to that blueprint for you below. And we just want to thank you guys for not only allowing us to share our adventures with you, but allowing us to share our knowledge. Because for us, it does bring us great fulfillment knowing that we can create value for others, serving a community, sharing with them not just inspiration to get out there and live and explore minimalism and breathe in the fresh air.
I love when she does that. You guys love when she does that? If you do, give us a like.
But to think smartly as well, you know, think about those things before you take action, whether it's, you know, talking about building out a van or just building out your future.
Yeah.
So
building your dream.
yeah. All right. Well, we truly do love you guys. We hope this helped create value for you and answered a lot of the questions that we have been receiving in the comments.
Yeah. Thanks for your kindness in the comments.
Yes, and we'll see you
appreciate
back here next week where we'll be taking you to another national park.
Lots of fun things ahead. Take care.
Ciao for now. And this is how you put the moonshade away.
I started a new sport.
Moon surfing.
Grab. You grab. Tail grab.
Really, it's not that intense.
Handle pass.
He's just having fun.
All right, let's put it away.